What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to Maps Exposed, the series where I cover all of the lines of sight, wall runs, as well as any other secret spots that I know of on every map in Black Ops 3. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the map Exodus. Let's get into it. Alright guys, Exodus has actually quite a few really cool spots, and a lot of other spots that are not really all that useful, but still important to point out. So we're going to start off by the C flag here. First off, a lot of people don't realize you can actually jump on top of these awnings right here. Even though it looks like nobody would be able to stand on here, you absolutely can. As far as a practical use for this, maybe you could use it to get a line of sight on the people over there and they just won't expect it because they are typically looking for people on the ground. But other than that, really, it's not a super useful spot to be up here. Also, this little ledge right here, you can jump on top of. Again, not super useful. You can kind of use it to look over towards this way, which can be somewhat useful, especially in Safeguard, because oftentimes a robot will get kind of caught up in that corner there. That's like a really hot spot for Safeguard on this map. So it could be a great spot for that, but just keep in mind, once they catch on to you, you'll be a pretty easy target because you don't have much cover there. Now right over here, really common spot that people will stand is right on that piece of cover there, and they'll try and trap you back into your spawn here. So if you're coming off of your spawn this way and you think someone might be over there, just lay down right here, and then just creep up on this yellow barrel here, and there you go. Nice little line of sight through there. You can easily pick them off through there. Just be aware, they can see you there. They can potentially see you there, so if they're really paying attention, they will see you. But a lot of times they aren't really looking that carefully, and therefore they don't see you until it's too late. Now, right over here by the C flag, just wanted to point out, you can jump up on top of these things right here. It's not a super useful spot, again, but you might be able to use it maybe in like Safeguard again or something when the robot is over there, just as a slightly less expected spot to be. You get some nice elevation over them, and they might not be looking up there for you, but honestly, not the greatest cover up there once again. Now, kind of the reverse of that, if you're coming this way, especially in Safeguard, where you have enemies that are always grouped up there on defense, you can jump up here, and you can kind of creep over. You get a nice line of sight on the people that are there, and you can creep over a little bit more, and you can actually get a nice line of sight on that doorway over there. And they don't usually expect this out of you, but keep in mind you are completely exposed to anybody that might want to come around the corner over here. Now right in here are just a ton of little spots. I'll just show you really quick. Like you can jump up this way like that. You can crouch here. You have a great line of sight over there. A little bit of cover that way as well. You can jump back on these chairs right here, which give you a similar sort of thing. So you can still see over top of this. Crouch, you get pretty good cover against anybody that's on foot over there. And if you stand up here, you can get a little bit of a line of sight in towards that doorway. Right here, you can jump up on top of this, which gets you a great line of sight on anybody that's coming from this way. I see far too many people try to challenge those people from just standing right here, which isn't really the best move. So really simple, you can hop up there, you get a nice line of sight on them there. There were a couple more here. So right here, you can stand up, get a nice line of sight over there, crouch, you kind of have some cover there. It's not the greatest spot there, but this one is much better, especially in Safeguard. Like I said, when that robot gets stuck right in that corner there, I use this spot quite a bit in Safeguard. You can just stand up here and pick those enemies off, and they don't have much of a chance to challenge you there effectively. You could also jump up a little bit higher. Just wanted to point out you can stand on top of these. Probably not the most useful thing to do, but you can do it. And also, one more thing that I forgot to point out from on top of this awning right here is you get a nice line of sight all the way to the back doorway up there. So you can see them coming from a pretty long ways away, and they don't usually expect that. Usually when they're coming up towards this window, assuming your team is all over there and they're coming from this direction over here, they don't usually expect to be seen as they're coming through this doorway. They don't expect to be seen until they're getting like right up here. So a lot of times you can take them off guard by standing up on that awning there as they start running through this doorway right here. Now right back here is a really cool spot. You can actually jump right on top of this, and you can stand kind of right on the corner. And look at that line of sight it gives you over to the window across the way there. You can crouch here to take even more cover. They never look this far back, and it's a very easy kill on them. This is great for opening rush routes. You can use this in Search and Destroy. I don't know if the Search and Destroy bomb site's right there, but I know the Demolition bomb site's right there. I could be mistaken, but there might be a Search and Destroy bomb site there. I probably am mistaken because most of the bomb sites are in different spots. But in any case, this is an excellent line of sight to that window across the way. Now right over in this area here, you can jump on top of this to get a nice line of sight towards the doorway, but you're really exposed here, so a nice little alternative to that, I use this one in Safeguard quite a bit, is jump on top of these boxes. You don't want to completely expose yourself around the corner to these guys. You just want to kind of creep over just enough so that you can see the doorway, and you can also see anybody that's standing behind that dumpster right there. Even though it might not look like it, you can easily see them through there, and you can pick those people off very easily. This is excellent for safeguard because enemies will really pile up over in that area once you start getting the robot up into this area here, so you can easily pick them off there. Also, you can jump on top of this, and also this one over here. Not super useful if they're coming from that direction. It might take them off guard a little bit, but it's really not the most useful thing. But if you look over towards this way, if you have guys that are head glitching on that turtle statue there, you can really easily pick them off through here. It's an excellent line of sight to that spot right there. Also, a nice little spot if you have enemies that are going to be coming around the corner this way is just crouching right here. You can oftentimes you'll take them off guard here. They don't really look, they don't usually check this corner, so it's a nice easy way to pick off an easy kill. Now, getting in towards the middle of the map, I have a pretty ridiculous line of sight. I was pretty amazed by this one. If enemies are head glitching in that area right there, or not really head glitching, but using this piece of cover, and they're trying to lock down this area here, and they're trying to challenge people that are up there, an excellent way to take them out, and they'll literally have no clue what hit them until they watch the kill cam. Jump on top of this thing here, so you can crouch, or mantle on that, mantle on this. Excellent line of sight over there, and you can just shoot through this glass. Now, you will lose like all of your line of sight by shooting through the glass, obviously, but your bullets do pass through there and you still will be able to kill them inside that room. Unfortunately, this doesn't work quite the same on this side. There's no really way to do this. You could jump up to use it as a check spot. You can also use it to check down on that piece of cover down there, and the same thing goes over here. You can jump up and use this to check to see if anybody happens to be right down there, and maybe you'll be able to pop a shot off through there, but it's a pretty difficult shot to hit. Now, getting over towards the A side of the map, this is a really common spot if you have enemies that are there. You'll just come up here and it'll be like a fair 50-50 gunfight, and this is exactly where they expect you to be. Plus, you're kind of exposing yourself to anybody that might come through that doorway if you're just standing there like that. So a nice alternative that I always prefer to use is to jump up onto this piece right here. You can use this to check over towards the doorway, and it's a great way to challenge those people in the doorway. And then as you come over even more, there you go. You kind of head glitch over top of this. You get much better cover. They don't usually expect it. And even if they do, you still have the advantage because you have better cover than they do. Now, if you're attacking towards the A flag and you have enemies that are coming from the A flag direction and you're coming from over here, instead of trying to challenge them out in the open like this or try to use this little bit of cover here, which can work, but it's not the most effective thing, the best way is to just jump up on top here, and there you go. Excellent cover to take those guys out. They have no cover at all. You have a nice height advantage as well, and you'll be able to easily kill them from here. Now, getting over to the outside of the map, a lot of people will just expect you to jump over this if you're attacking towards this direction here, or they'll expect you to just come around the corner like this. A nice way to kind of take them off guard is to crouch and come over in this area right here. They don't usually check this spot, and it's very easy to get kills here. You don't even have to shoot through this here. You just kind of shoot between these little pieces of wood, and you can easily pick them off through there. It usually works, not 100% of the time, but it's a pretty good spot anyways. So that's going to wrap it up for the map Exodus. We have one more map left to cover, and that is Havoc. I will be covering that one next, and then afterwards I will also cover Nuketown. But Nuketown is going to be the last map because it technically is a DLC map. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.